Oh, wow, that was pretty quick. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Donovan Saadiq. I am the Inland Empire informer, nationally known as the Recovering Democrat, basically the Black Yul Brynner. For those guys that don't know who Yul Brynner is, he was a great Academy Award winning actor. Starred in The Magnificent Seven, and a lot of us have watched the Ten Commandments, the most famous one, Charlton Heston. He played Ramses, very arrogant type guy, whatever. So the Black Yul Brynner, that is what I'm known for, but the Recovering Democrat nonetheless. Thunder, thanks for coming over to this show. I'm not going to be too long over here. Do me a favor, you guys, and don't forget to check out the Dimitri K Show, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. You can find Dimitri K and I talking it up on politics, things that are happening around the local area. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel app. You can get it on Google Play, Apple Store. If you want to know what's going on in the African diaspora, that is a way you can do it. I get a lot of my information from there. And we know things are getting tight for a lot of people. Philip Scott has not gone up in price. The best, I would say the best bang for your buck would be a lifetime membership. That way, no matter how much he raises it, you're already locked in. So Thunder, good to see you. Yeah, and he was in The Magnificent Seven. Yul Brynner, one of my most favorite type actors. I mean, he brought baldness, made it sexy in the 1950s, right? Late 40s, early 50s. So anyway, what I want to talk about, especially for those of you guys that are from the Inland Empire and Moreno Valley, is I am still around. You guys don't think that I've been shrugging my duties. The question that I have as we go into 2026, the WLC agreement was initially approved in 2016. It has been 10 years. And according to that agreement, we were supposed to have a technology center or a center that would graduate workers that are skilled to fix AI robots. As we know, coming into 2026, ever since the government shutdown, a lot of these employers have brought in robots to replace people. You could go to your nearest burger joints, all this other stuff. AI is doing that. But however, how do you fix those machines when they break down? You don't necessarily need 500 people in an automated warehouse anymore. And we were saying that back in 2016. So now here we are 10 years into the future. AI is here. We told you there was here. People have lost jobs. Mass chaos is going on. Donald Trump is in control. Oh my God, it's the end of the world, right? But I have questions. And my questions is this. I FOIA'd after 10 years of waiting and being patient. After 10 years, I FOIA'd the city of Moreno Valley asking that very question. Where is this technology center that was agreed upon and one of the tenements of the agreement passing city council? The city clerk has given me 56 pages of an agreement that I already know about. Didn't answer my question at all. All I asked was, where is the technology center? So looking at this, I can't meet with Corey Jackson at all. Not that he has any say so, but it's a regional thing that has to do with the 60th Assembly. The WLC and its inception has to do with the 60th Assembly District as well. So he is a piece of shit, but yet at the same time, he is the representative in the area. Oh, Thunder, of course they are trying to stonewall me. That's all they ever do is stonewall me. But see, I have the time. You know, when you're retired or one of these people, most people don't have the time because they're busy living their lives. I have nothing else to do. And I live less than a mile away from City Hall. So usually, and this is a new city clerk, when they don't know who you are, they know. When I show up to city council, and this is not a flex or a brag, but because I show up, the BS is kept to a low level. You know, it's kept to a low level. Right now, as we speak, the city is monitoring my YouTube page and what I say and what I do. So Corey Jackson, member of the 60th Assembly, representative, who helped stop the Black reparations bill that went to Gavin Newsom a couple of years ago, and hasn't done a damn thing for black people, refuses to do, but wait, let it be LGBTQ, let it be illegals, let it be everything but an American, he's on it. You cannot even meet with Corey Jackson. A lot of these politicians, the very people that are their bosses, they don't even want to meet with you, and they lock their offices. They don't want to have live town hall meetings so you can question what the hell they're doing. They want to pick and select their supporters and the people that follow them blindly. But you know what? I'll get on Corey's ass a little bit later, because I'm piling up a bunch of allegations that have been made against him and his LGBTQ situation that he is in, that a lot of mothers of his nonprofit have made against him. I don't know if they're true or not. I don't know. But from what they're telling me from that nonprofit, that was a scam to begin with, and he benefited from that, allegedly. So we're going to get into that. Don't worry, Corey. I know you're monitoring this YouTube page as well, and I'm getting the information, and I'm going to drop a whole expose on you, okay? Because everybody knows about me. I am not going to sit up here and drop something that isn't factual, because I don't run like that. I don't intentionally put out lies out there. But yet, as a public official, if I wanted to lie on you, I could, and I could get away with it, because according to the Supreme Court in 1966, you have a platform to refute everything that I'm saying. And you can't sue me, because I'm your boss. Criticism is, in my opinion, is part of your job. I could outright lie on you. There's nothing you can do about it. You're a public official, okay? You put yourself in that position. If you don't like criticism, get the hell out of the kitchen. So they're stonewalling me, and they sent me all of this BS stuff. But what I did was I did a little bit of research for myself, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm up here just yelling and screaming and making allegations that have no basis. So what I did was I want you guys to see this. And I'm going to break it down for you really, really quick. Hope you guys can. Let me just go full page on this, okay? So you guys can see it. All right. The World Logistics Center in Moreno Valley involves agreements for training technicians, particularly for electric vehicle EV programs, as part of its development and settlement agreements with the city and environmental groups, focusing on local hiring and green technology skills with Moreno Valley College and other entities involved in developing specific programs to upskill residents for jobs in this massive logistics hub. It's been 10 years, you guys. Key aspects of training agreements. Settlement agreement mandated. A 2021 settlement agreement requires the developer, Highland Fairview, to invest in education and training for Moreno Valley residents on zero emission vehicles, EVZs, and related technology. I'm going to stop right there real quick, okay? Remember what I told you guys. This agreement actually happened in 2016. Oh, Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing. Happened in 2016. What these developers do, they get everybody to fight about this project. It's going to bring all these jobs. Then you have the two sides. You have this side, you have that side. The people that want the jobs at whatever cost, and the people that don't want the jobs because of the environmental impact and this and that, right? So after a bunch of white envelopes are passed to public officials, right? They take their bribes and their money, and people are outed, right? He finally gets the project to pass based on what he's supposed to do. Now, notice what I just read to you guys. It said 2021. So for almost 5 years, this man did nothing in regards to the EV. That's my interpretation of it, because I don't see any technician people or the city even acknowledging the first graduate of this program according to the agreement if this developer was up and above board. You guys see where I'm going with that? So that was 2021. What I'm going to read to you is it's like he went, and this is what developers do. Once all the fanfare is done and they get the approval of their project, what they do in secret is they go behind the scenes with the city attorneys and they renegotiate the agreement. So as all these citizens sit here and wait for this technician job and all this stuff to happen, he renegotiated the agreement. Now, what I just read to you was 2021. So let's get back into it and let me show you how they do things. So right here, the settlement agreement mandate, a 2021 settlement agreement requires the developer, Highland Fairview, to invest in education and training for Moreno Valley residents on zero emissions vehicles and related technology. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't done that. I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen one graduate. I don't know of a graduate. But this is according to the 21 agreement. So that was 5 years after the initial agreement. Focus on EV technology. Training programs aim to prepare locals for jobs in maintaining and operating electric trucks and cars, aligning with the WLC's sustainable goals. Collaboration with local colleges. The city of Moreno Valley planned to work with Moreno Valley College to develop these training programs, potentially integrating them with existing facilities. Developer commitment. Highland Fairview's agreement includes commitments to workforce development, linking job creation with local training initiatives. Examples. Training might involve new libraries, community partnerships, and programs offered through entities like Moreno Valley College to build a skilled local workforce for the logistics center's needs. In essence, the WLC agreements ensure that the massive logistic development includes provisions for local residents to gain the technical skills needed for future employment, particularly in green transportation. I just showed you what basically was supposed to happen according to 2025, not 2016 when it was initially agreed upon. I asked the city information on this very subject and I got jibber jabber. There's nothing in here that answers my question. And I will be going to city council or city hall tomorrow to be a little bit more specific for them. This is how they stonewall. They want you just to go away and do all this. And they hope that you don't understand all this legal mumbo jumbo, right? Thunder says, so what's the holdup? Was this just another money grab? Absolutely, it was a money grab. Absolutely. If it's a brick and mortar, where is it? If it's online, it still should be producing technicians. Thank you. Thunder doesn't even live in the city, in the Inland Empire, much less the city of Moreno Valley. And he understands that. And that's my question, Thunder. Show me the graduates. And Thunder, we know politicians, the mayors, and people that want to look good, that approve this WLC, they would be championing and taking a whole bunch of photos with the developer of his promises that have been made and have been fulfilled. I have yet to see that even happen. All I've seen is words. So my question is, Mr. Corey Jackson, a piece of shit, what do you have to say about this? Because this affects the Inland Empire. The WLC is near your constituents. You have some say-so on this. Am I lying what I just read there? How many graduates and technicians has Highland Fairview sponsored in this program in the last 10 years? We are in 2026. That's my question. Where is this program? Who have we partnered with? But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy in the neighborhood for asking questions. Thunder says you're absolutely right. The photo op, why no recognition of a job well done? Exactly. And we know how politicians roll. That is a feather in their cap if it actually happened. I'm going to be at city council and I'm going to ask these questions. I asked this question previously, but it's the holidays and everything's kind of slow. Nobody's paying attention. How is it that a person like myself, who was here, what we call the WLC wars, I could remember the promises that were made without the specifics? It's been 10 years. How much patience, Mr. Jackson, are we supposed to have? How much patience, Mayor Cabarrus? Because you helped champion this, because it was the developer that brought you onto the political scene. You and your father were selling hot dogs and tacos or whatever it was at the corner of the street until you sold your soul. Where is this technology center? How do people sign up for it? What has Highland Fairview done in regards to the agreement that he signed with the city of Moreno Valley? Now, the city manager, who wasn't the city manager at the time of all these agreements, Brian, I'm asking these questions not to be difficult. When I'm promised something in an agreement, I want to see it. I'm a taxpayer. I want to see where my taxpayer money is going. And so far, Highland Fairview hasn't produced anything of substantiation that I would consider. Ed Delgado is running for the 60th district. These are the same questions I would ask him. You know, he wasn't a council member at the time that this was approved, but he's in the know now. A lot of our council members were not up there when all of this stuff was approved. I'm asking questions. Bueller. So City Clerk of Moreno Valley, I will be in there tomorrow. And if you want me to be specific with you, then I will be specific with you and I'll put you guys to work. I want to know how many paper clips the city has bought. And I want a specific number. I want to know how many tires the city has on its vehicles. I want to know how many paper clips you guys have. I want to know how much money was spent on our camera system. If you guys want me to come in there and make you guys busy, I will use, just like you guys are using the system to stall me, I'm going to use the system to stall you. I also asked about the settlement that the city made with a citizen that the mayor violated his civil rights. And the city has asked for an extension, which they can do legally. I'm supposed to hear from them on the 16th. A lot of people have been asking the question, how much money did the city settle with this person? I happen to know who the person is, but I'm not going to put that out there on this platform. I'm just going to report what the city settled in the settlement. And you damn right, that citizen deserved every damn dime, because we have a mayor that does not know what the hell he is doing. And guess who he works with? Piece of shit Corey Jackson. So that tells you a lot about how these people run politics here in the city of Moreno Valley. Ass licking everywhere. But I'm the problem because I'm watching what they're doing and I'm reporting it. You know, back in the old days, that would be considered being a good citizen. But in today's politics, nobody sees that as being, they don't see it as that. They see it more as, oh, you're telling on us. Oh, you're not credible. Donovan tries to be credible because I get the documents. You don't have to listen to anything that I have to say. Read it for yourself. When I get those documents, I'm going to post those documents. And I dare piece of shit Corey Jackson. That's right. I called you a piece of shit. Sue me. I dare you. Violate my civil rights. I dare you. Kid Creveris, you're a piece of shit too. Sue me. I dare you. I want everybody to know. And trust me, you guys that have known me long enough, I don't say things that doesn't have any validity to it. You might not agree with my politics. You might not, respect anything that I have to say, and that's fine. If that's the person you support, I don't support these people because they're dirty. They're writing dirty. If they were for the taxpayer and the people that put them in the office, where is this damn technology center? Do you guys realize how much money technicians make to fix robots? It ain't minimum wage. Ask yourself, why is it that these politicians do not want to champion an agreement that they signed off on so that people could make better wages? But I'm the bad guy. The new black media and people like me, we're the bad people. Because we're highlighting this stuff. But you know what? You could have your opinion about me. It doesn't matter. But ask yourself, what is it that I'm really saying? I'm not going to work as a technician. I'm retired from the military. I don't need to work. I'm 55 years old. I don't need to be doing that. Why am I doing this? Because I believe my city, and I look at these young people working 2 and 3 jobs. And what we were sold on, because I wasn't against warehousing, what we were sold on was a technology center so that people could make more money to support their families. Because these are automated warehouses. Remember that? My own councilwoman, Elena Baca Santa Cruz, she's for automated warehouses. I have some disagreements with her, but it is what it is. Maybe Ed Delgado's for automated warehouses too. I know we're in the future. Okay, I agree. Automated warehouses, fine, if that's the route we're going to go. It's 10 years later. Where are the graduates from this program? That's all I'm asking. 10 years. These corporations are now forcing AI into the job market. Moreno Valley should have been 10 years ahead of the other cities in the Inland Empire in regards to having skilled workforce to go and take these jobs. With all the warehouses we have that are automated here, we should have a highly skilled technician field ready to go at this point, in my opinion. Donovan isn't going anywhere. I've been in this city for over 40 years. I predate the city. I'm not going a damn place. And I want answers. All right, you guys, I'm Donovan Saadiq. I'm known as the Inland Empire Informer, the Black Yul Brynner, nationally known as the Recovering Democrat. Politics is coming up, and it is coming up fast. As you guys know on the news today, Nicolas Maduro was removed from power by the United States and Donald Trump. A lot's going to be happening with that. I call that Manuel Noriega 2.0. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now that he's been removed, the 600,000 Venezuelans that were led into the country by the Joe Biden administration, Joe Biden himself and Kamala Harris, they can now go home because the tyranny is over, and now they could leave the United States. They've already lost their protective status under Donald Trump. Now they can leave. Maduro has been dethroned. But as the Democrats and a lot of people out there talk about how illegal this was and whatever, and that's your opinion, what are you going to do about it? The United States have been doing this in the Latin countries for over 200 years. What are you going to do about it? He's been removed now. What are you going to do about it? Here's what I say. Whenever the United States intercedes in a Latin country, follow the money. I can almost guarantee you a corporation is involved and big money is involved. In this situation, I would say it's oil. I would agree with it. It is oil. But look at Nicaragua. Look at all these other countries. You had the Dole company was involved in a situation. In Hawaii, the sugarcane situation there, we took that over. Look at our CIA involvement in Central America. Follow the money, you guys. There's no clean hands here. There's no clean hands here. Thunder says, Malcolm said it better. Paying jobs leads to a better neighborhood. Better neighborhood leads to better schools, which leads to better education. Exactly. But you know what, Thunder? I'm the problem. Because I keep asking questions. I'm the problem. Yeah. Also, Colombia has put their military on the border. People talk about, human rights violations. The UN says it's a, human rights violation, whatever. The United States controls the United Nations. That's our puppet. We don't listen to anything the United Nations has to say. And what does the United Nations do about it? Nothing. The United Nations does nothing. You guys got to remember, I'm a military veteran, and I'm not giving you the game. I'm just telling you what it is. If you guys are worried about theft and human rights violations, when you give $1 trillion budget to the military, you are stealing money from women, children, and the elderly and the American citizen. 1 year of a military budget could pay for all the welfare that has ever been given in the United States. You guys know that? So where is this $1 trillion going? You guys want to know where that $1 trillion is going in the military budget? It's going to R&D, research and development, as they specialize making these big weapons. So as they specialize making these big weapons, there's no money for you. Nope. We can't have school lunches, free school lunches for our children. Nope. We got to make bombs. We got to make super aircraft carriers so that we can dominate these developing countries and control them, which is what Donald Trump said. We're going to control Venezuela. Doesn't that sound like Iraq 2.0? Isn't that what we said? And look how great Iraq turned out. When we take American dollars and we nation build other countries, what country suffers? Oh, that's right, the United States. What have we built in the United States in the last 60 years that we can tell people, come and see, come and watch, come look for these great things that we built in the United States? Haven't built anything here. Matter of fact, our infrastructure is crumbling right under our feet as we give money to all these other nations. But some of you guys have so much Donald Trump derangement, you're not seeing that there's no difference being what Trump has done in Venezuela to what Obama and Hillary Clinton did in Libya. Please, somebody tell me the difference. Democratic president, first black president. Who took control of the oil fields in Libya? Oh, let me give you a hint. The Shell Oil Company, BP, they control all of the oil now in Libya. How did that happen? Yes, it is true. The U.S. military budget is larger than the next 10 nations. And do you know what is the second biggest budget within the United States that just passed under the big, beautiful bill? Homeland Security. They got a big thing to get these people out of here. So think about this, Thunder. If we had to spend all this money to support these people to come here, how much money do we have to pay to get these people out of here? Just as much money. They just raised the self-deportation thing from $1,000 and a plane ticket to $3,000 in a plane ticket. We're paying for that. We are paying for that. The second biggest budget under the United States military now is Homeland Security. That's how much money they need to get these people up out of here. Oh my God, they're cutting Section 8. Oh my God, they're cutting food stamps. Yes, you got to make up the difference somewhere, right? But isn't it funny? We as the American people, we don't ask ourselves, why aren't you cutting the military budget? Wouldn't that make more sense? We're not at war. We have plenty of bombs and armaments. You can't cut 10% of the military budget? 10%? How about 5? Uh-oh, I said something that's just too common sense. How much is 5% of the military budget toward homelessness for veterans? But in California alone, $20 billion is missing in the homeless program. $4 billion is missing in the railway that goes nowhere. I just accounted for $24 billion missing. How dare I ask questions? How dare I request documents? We got to start taking control of these politicians that we send up there that are enriching themselves while we have nothing. I get so tired of seeing all of these Black people, women and children out here homelessness, living in their cars, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. Damn sure tired of seeing veterans homeless in the streets. And yet I could be an illegal person that has come to this country and I get housing and cash money. We got to do better, you guys. I'm Donovan Saadiq, the recovering Democrat. This is just the start. This is January 4th. We're going hard this year because, again, Somalis have shown you they're not Black. Dominicans, they're not Black. When will these people remember you are a guest in this country? Our racism isn't the racism that you guys have, which is a class system. If you're in a country where everybody's Somali, there is no racism. It's a class system. That's why Dominicans say they're not Black, because they're in a system where it's one people. They have a caste system. The light-skinned Dominicans and down to the darker-skinned Dominicans, so on. So that's everywhere. But in America, there's 5 colors based on the racist system that we have here. So if you have brown skin, you're considered Black because that's an adjective, something incidental about you. If you have white skin, does that mean that you're white? Yes. Does it mean you're European? Yes. What kind of European? I don't know. Spaniard, German, British, French. It could be Russian. It could be all sorts of whiteness. Adjective. We use color as an adjective. If you're Asian, yellow. If you're Native American, red. You guys got to understand how this country operates. It's not that hard. And if you immigrants would come into this country and understand the Black experience and history of Black people in this country, you wouldn't be making the same mistakes that the Somalis are making. You wouldn't be making the same mistakes that the Latin American people are making. This is why Black people are sitting back doing absolutely nothing to help you, because you want to ingratiate yourself with whiteness. Your numbers showed us who you stand with. And even some of your organizations said the Black man's problem is not my problem. You guys have got to wake up. Hey, dear self, good to see you. I'm about to get off here because I'm hungry. But I was just basically talking about my local community here and the documents I have on things, and you know, I'm not finished yet. And again, you know, how is it that somebody who's reporting things is the bad guy of the community? Why am I considered a bad person because I'm asking questions? Just makes no sense to me. So you guys just, yeah, please replay it. But it's good to see you. Happy New Year to you, your family. Thunder, same thing to you. We're going to go hard this year. We got another election going to be coming up. You got special elections coming up. You got your girl Jasmine Crockett, who's going to be totally embarrassed, and she'll be out of politics for good. Thank goodness. A lot of people are waking up. You know, it takes some people slower than others, and you know, it is what it is. So just tune in. And again, I'm a strong advocate of that. Charity starts at home. Stop telling me what Donald Trump is doing. What happens at the federal level rarely gets down to where you're at. What affects you directly is your local politics. When the city council raises your taxes, that's immediate. That doesn't happen in a year. It's immediately. You got to get to your city council meetings. You got to understand what is going on in your city. Do you want to know what your city thinks of you as a citizen? It's by the jobs they bring in. And they're going to give you all the statistics of why you have nothing but burger joints and pudding pop workers there. These are the jobs they're going to bring. If the education level in your city or your county or whatever is at a certain level, nobody's going to bring high-tech, high-paying jobs there. They're not. Unless you advocate for them by showing them, I'm the boss. I'm not the follower. I'm the boss here. Show me your proposal, and I'll tell you if I like it or not. In my city, we have a ceremonial mayor who thinks he's a full-time mayor. The person that controls the city is our city manager. We have a ceremonial mayor that thinks he's a full-time mayor. His only job is to run city council meetings and take pictures. But he was bought and paid for by the developer that got what he wanted out of the deal. And now we, the citizens, are suffering. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. There's going to be a lot more of these. Just please like, share, subscribe on the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. Me and Demetra and I have really, and Brother Phil Scott and the African Diaspora News Network, we have strategized that it is evident that they're listening to us and they're taking our talking points and they're going counteractive to it, but we know that they are listening to what we are saying. And we've been saying this for years now. But I implore you guys you don't physically have to be at your city council meetings. You've got smartphones. The agendas have to be up by law, federal law, 2 to 3 open. It's the Open Law Act, whatever it is. They have to post this before the meeting actually takes place, so you can read it and you could respond via email, via whatever. You do not legally have to be there. Like I told you guys, right now, if not now, tomorrow morning, my city is watching this channel right now to see what I'm saying. That's when you know you are affecting change. When the city is worried about what you're saying. And they know I'm going to be in there tomorrow. The first thing that they're probably going to say is, yeah, we saw your broadcast this morning. And it's kind of good when you go in there and they know who you are. Everybody knows your name. Always glad that you came. You know what I mean? Because when they see me, they go, oh, shit. And that's pretty much how it goes. And I don't mind having that reputation. Is it wrong for me to want high-paying jobs for my residents, for my neighbors, and their children? I don't think it is. But they're putting warehouses in my city. So what does that tell you? This is what the city thinks of the population of my city. We are only good enough to work in warehouses. Okay, you put us all in these warehouses. That's fine. Now you're throwing us out of the warehouses because you brought the robots in. Okay, that's fine too. Where are the technicians that are supposed to now take care of these robots? Inquiring minds want to know. You guys have a great evening. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Dimitri K Show. Please tune in 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 5 o'clock Central Standard. Is it? Yeah, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. You guys stay dry, and it's going to be an interesting year. Get ready.